Yo, what's up, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Mid Card Mafia podcast. I'm your host, Nate Dickinson, joined always by Big Mike DeRosset and Rococo Haley. And we are missing Melvin today. He's on vacation. He won't be joining us. But we're here today to talk about, King of the Ring, Queen of the Ring, everything that happened, this last night of champions. And so just first and foremost, what are y'all's instant reactions just to this PLE?
It was solid. I've heard people say that it's better than WrestleMania. Let's not jump. Let's not do too much now. But it was solid. Like these little B level pay per views, not like the A tier ones. They've been surprising us pretty consistently as of late, and that's good to see.
I want to say whoever's saying that it was better than WrestleMania is wild.
Yeah, that's crazy.
I
It's
mean, I ain't
recency
gonna,
bias.
yeah, I ain't going to dog on someone for like having an opinion. They're entitled to that, but I mean, WrestleMania though, you know what I'm saying? I don't know about that, but I thought overall it was good. I am glad that there was a shock factor in it, which I had no idea was going to happen, which we could break that down later. I thought it was good. The Saudi crowd, man, those overseas crowds they're electric. They're good.
Hey, we got a Noah appearance on this pod
Yep.
in the background.
Shirtless though.
But yeah, I mean, I agree with you, Rococo. I mean, it was great. Better than WrestleMania, no, but for being what it was, I mean, it was great. What's a moment that you guys think stole the show?
I mean, Solo Sokoa winning.
Mm.
I
I
thought that
was
was
thinking about that
crazy.
same match.
I mean, that was
Like
crazy.
the numbers game again with people we are familiar with and aren't familiar with.
Yep.
It's when does it end?
The GOAT is back. The GOAT is back. Tunga, he's back. Let's go. We've been waiting. The greatest in the bloodline is back, and he is ready to prove all the haters wrong. Let's lock in.
There you go.
Oh man, but yeah, I mean there's some for the good I would say Solo, for the bad, which I know we'll talk about this later. I want to say the forced WrestleMania 40 bit at the end with Sami Zayn, and which we'll
We're
tear
gonna
that
get
down
there.
here
We're
a
gonna
little
get
bit.
there.
But
Yeah,
that was for the bad. That was for the bad in my opinion. I hated that. But we'll get there.
bet. Rococo, you got any other thoughts on that?
Realistically, I have to agree. The Hikaleo, that's his name. Hikaleo debut. That caught me off guard, genuinely. And solo securing, and it being a four versus one pretty much. Jimmy Uso hopping in, just Jacob, like a lot of story stuff being pushed within that. And I'm somebody who always loves story, always loves seeing how things build. And that one was pretty significant.
No, yeah, for sure, 100%. Well, bet. Let's talk about now the king and queen of the ring. So, first off, we got to talk about Cody Rhodes. He's the king of the ring, whether you like it or not. I think we all knew that this was going to be the outcome of this. Randy wasn't winning that. But man, what's y'all's thoughts on this? Obviously, I think Cody needs this win, but do you agree with this decision? Should Randy have won? What do y'all think?
In my dream world, which this will be another segment, neither of these dudes are going against each other. I mean, I don't like that either, to be honest, that either of these two were an option because no matter how you spin it, it's a rerun of what you've already done. And if if and when Cody loses at SummerSlam, I think Rococo has said this, but like it's got to be done. And does Cena drop the title at SummerSlam? So I don't like that Cody won this. To be honest with you, they're just trying to shove them down our throats. In my opinion, that's my opinion. It was obvious. It was clear. You knew it was going to happen, but that's how I overall feel. And I do want to read. We could talk about this after Rococo's thoughts here in a second. But there's a tweet that I just read that was Cody Rhodes on the Busted Open Radio. And he had mentioned something about SummerSlam, which would be pretty interesting that we could talk about in this segment since we're on this topic. But I'll let you two dudes hit it up first, and then we'll circle back around.
Did he need this win? It's a tough position because obviously he didn't. I feel like King of the Ring and Queen of the Ring, it doesn't matter anymore. Like I feel like the whole tournament should just change names because of course they get the crown, but then after that it means nothing. Like for example, on SmackDown, next time you see Cody Rhodes, is he gonna pull up with a crown? No. And if he does, it's gonna be for a week, a little ha ha ha, and then we're gonna move on like it never happened. So the idea of King and Queen of the Ring, if it's not gonna be used for mid card, it shouldn't be used at all. Because you win King, but you guess what? You're not the champion, so it doesn't matter anymore. And it's instantly not validated at that point. I think Cody Rhodes, kind of like what Michael said about what I had said before, Cody Rhodes doesn't need this, and this is not the time for it in any way. You could easily get a John Cena versus Randy Orton run back, and looking at the John Cena versus CM Punk match, no, we're not talking about it yet, but I saw a lot of things that I really did enjoy, specifically in ring, specifically storytelling wise. They could do a second time with Randy Orton and John Cena, but because decided to push things really, really fast, push things as soon as possible, we're getting a rematch that we're not ready for yet, build wise.
Yep, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah. No, I agree too. I think really, like Mike said, I think they're just trying to force Cody Rhodes down our throats. It's just not working for me. I don't really have any other thoughts. I think y'all covered that pretty good. So y'all think that this Cody versus Cena match, you think it's going to be the headline of SummerSlam, or will there be a twist?
I think there'll be probably. Let me just read this. Let's break this down. All right, let's translate this on this pod. So this is a tweet that was posted an hour ago via Busted Open Radio. And it says that Cody Rhodes is actually quoted from Busted Open Radio, sourced by Russell Ops on X. And it says, Cody Rhodes says that he wants to get fans who weren't satisfied with the main event of WrestleMania 41 to the finish line at SummerSlam next month. He goes on to say, but yes, SummerSlam. I don't want to go as far as making any promises, but I could tell you the goal with SummerSlam is if people felt a certain way about WrestleMania, I would put that all on my back, take all the credit and responsibility for perhaps not feeling satisfied. I'd like to get them to the finish line with SummerSlam. Very much looking forward to doing this again. This dude's about to win at SummerSlam, and I'm going to rage.
No, bro.
I've said this time and time again with this dude. It's the same song and dance. He could do nothing different besides finish the story, finish the story, finish the story. I got the belt. I'm the champion. Everybody wants to come at me. I'll take anyone. I'm a fighting champ. Yada yada yada. It's the same thing over and over again. And if he beats John Cena at SummerSlam with this wording that he's using on to get him to the finish line, you're setting it up to where if you lose at SummerSlam, there is no third time. There's no third time. But when you say something like this, it makes me feel, are they about to put the belt back on this dude? Surely, can someone talk me off this ledge on this pod?
Okay.
Rococo, can you do it?
Of course I can. You're
Okay,
getting
let's
worked,
go.
my boy. So, thing
I
about
hope
Cody
so.
Rhodes is anytime he's on interviews, he has to be the top guy. Talk like he's the top guy. Talk like he's gonna lose. He talk like he's not gonna lose every single match that he's in. This brings me back to WrestleMania. No, I don't remember the numbers, but whenever it was Sami Zayn facing Roman Reigns at Elimination Chamber, Cody Rhodes had the mic, and the winner of that match would of course face him at WrestleMania that year. And Cody Rhodes began to speak to Sami Zayn. They were having a back and forth, and the way that Cody Rhodes said, Sami Zayn, I want to face you. I was locked in. I was like, oh my gosh, they might do an Elimination Chamber. Cody Rhodes is so good. He can say whatever he wants. He can sell whatever he wants, and we're going to buy it. Because he has that passion. He's at that top spot for a reason. So he can say with a straight face, guys, I am winning at SummerSlam. And he can lose the next night. That's just how it is. Cody Rhodes is just that good. And you can be mad at it, you can hate it, but he got you paying attention.
The
That's
key
tough.
word, no doubt about that. It's the key word. I want to say real quick, we got to interrupt this pod. My kid is dying to say something in this mic.
Go ahead. Let him
All
have
right,
it.
Noah, you ready for your moment? The whole world's watching and listening to this. You got to come in here. What do you got to say?
You think this spin?
Yeah.
Oh,
Hey, let's go.
I thought it'd be
Of all the
something much
things,
better.
I really did.
The build up, and it was that. I
I thought it was gonna
respect
be
it.
like a solid statement, like
Yeah,
acknowledge me. Does this spin?
I thought he was about to cook. For those who are only listening, he has a John Cena spinner championship belt that we actually got off Temu. And it's like the plastic ones, but it does spin. So there we go.
It
The
did.
champ
It
is
did
here.
spin. He spun it. I can
Yep.
confirm. There you go. Bet. Well, yeah. I bro, I just don't want to watch Cena versus Cody again. I just don't even really care. The match is gonna be buns, and then Cody's just gonna win it, bro. It's gonna happen at SummerSlam. That's what's
Nader
happening,
getting worked.
bro. It's
He's
if
not.
I'm getting worked, I'm getting worked, bro. But I think it's happening at SummerSlam. It's gonna be buns, and then we're gonna be stuck with this below mid, actually, title reign again. So that's just my thoughts, though. But well, let's talk about the Queen of the Ring. So Jade got the dub on this one. She beat Asuka, which was I was kind of surprised, to be honest. I don't dislike this decision, but I was surprised, and I'll let y'all talk first on what y'all think about this.
Yeah, I think to me it's a let's push Jade really quick. When man, I just sound like Rococo's he's just getting to me, with the things that I'm like a
Good.
student and he's a teacher. WWE recently is very nearsighted. There's no long-term storytelling unless we're getting worked, and there is somehow, some way. But to me, like Jade and Asuka, not Asuka, Jade and Io or Rhea, what? Like what does that do? Does Naomi cash in soon and get it from Tiffany? Then I can see Jade wanting to get that belt, but then I would imagine Tiffany wants a rematch. It doesn't make sense to me. This is one of those moments where I'm actually going to reverse Uno card myself. This is one of those moments where I wish WWE was nearsighted to let Asuka and Io go at it for SummerSlam. But now you're not doing it. It just doesn't. I don't know where they're going with Jade Cargill. I really don't. I have no idea, like what the move with her, what the play is. I could not tell you. So I don't know how I feel about it. I hope to see it pan out. I'm sure we will. But in this moment, I'm left thinking, why and does this make sense?
So match itself for me, it was a combo back and forth. The finish, that's the thing that everybody's talking about. How Asuka gets pinned, but then Jade like applies too much leverage to where Asuka's shoulders come up and the count still happens. It wasn't like a booked controversial loss. It just looked weird, and it was obvious. My sister was watching out of nowhere. Realized that was weird too. And then Jade got the mic, and she gave this like good girl, hey guys, let's believe in yourself type
It was
promo.
getting booed.
It was bad. It was
So
really,
bad.
really bad. And I really do want to see Jade succeed. I do. And she's been given months upon months a good story to evolve with. And I guess between the two, with how things have built from like the beginning of the year to now, Jade is the correct choice. And Asuka hasn't rebuilt herself since she's been gone for a year plus. So I think she needs more time to like develop herself, make herself known to the TKO brand, and the new people evolved within the last year. So Naomi's the right choice based upon the story. Well, Jade Cargill's the correct choice based upon the story.
Yeah, I really think that part of Jade getting the dub on this too is hopefully for her to kind of get out of this weird like feud going on with Bianca and Naomi and all of that, and give her a push just for the big belts and just out of this weird Full House drama type of stuff that's been going on. But
But my
yeah,
question is this: does Jade deserve a big belt right now? No. Like, give her, if she had the U.S. Championship belt, it'd be like, that'd be great for her right now. I think you have eyes on it just like you would with the IC with the women. But to say, hey, Jade, go ahead and like get this big belt, like contend for it.
Hmm.
There's other people who deserve, in my opinion, to have that opportunity versus her in this. That's why it doesn't make sense. It may have been the right choice between the two, but I don't know. I don't know.
That's valid.
Whenever you say the word deserve, like, what's the line between who gets these and who doesn't?
Not Bailey.
Well, I think there's a few things that you could consider. Number one, does she have the talent on mic, cutting promos, and in the ring? I'll be 100% honest with you. The potential is there, but she is not there yet. She botches every single match. Her promos are not that good. I'm sorry, they're just not. Is she a top merch seller? No. Does she get pops? Not really. When you consider all those things to me, I mean, she ain't even been there that long, but we see WWE don't give a rip. Cody Rhodes, I mean, was there a year and already was getting like put in it. But they're on two different platforms to me, Cody Rhodes and Jade Cargill. Like, I think of people like, I'm going to say these names and y'all may disagree. Charlotte Flair, Alexa Bliss. I would even say Naomi, which they are pushing her. Bianca. They deserve it more than I think. Maybe even Bailey deserve it more than I think Jade Cargill does in this moment. So that's where I'm getting at with that. I just think she's just not overall like a champion material in this moment of her career. Does she have the potential? 100%. Everybody was excited to see her. She was an awesome free agent signing coming over from AEW. She has the build. She has the potential. She's just not there. She's just not there.
I think it's
Solid.
valid. Yeah, it's valid. That's a good take for sure. But any other thoughts on that?
We're
Bet.
excited for Evolution. Let's go.
Facts. They're definitely hyping it up.
Yep.
Let's
I
talk
gotta stop all
about
these pay-per-views.
gotta talk about Cena versus CM Punk Chaos main event. So I mean, I think that what people are talking about is that ending. You know, definitely overbooked. Was it too much going on? Too many people running in, or were y'all getting like that in game, WrestleMania 40 type of feeling from the ending of that match there?
For Coco, I'll let you go first on this one.
I feel like it was too many people involved that aren't directly connected. So Seth Rollins talked about on Raw how he said as long as he has breath in his lungs, CM Punk's not winning a world title. That's fine. So with that includes John Cena, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins. That's a
Yeah.
fun little triangle. Having him
Yep.
come in was perfectly fine. Everybody else a part of his group should have stayed backstage
Mm-hmm.
because that took away from the main event. That took too many eyes away from the actual thing that we were watching. With WrestleMania 40, 41, that was different because everybody to an extent was involved. Now you could make that exact same argument with the Undertaker and all this. Hey, that's not what we're here for though. But with this smaller scale, it being Night of Champions, you got to leave it to the big players and have everybody else do their Raw main event stuff in the Raw main event.
Yeah, I agree. I want to say this. I go back to 2 pods ago where I told Rococo that I believe that John Cena is able to have a Randy Orton John Cena type match every PLE. And this was one of those that were great. I mean, it was in ring ability for both of the dudes. It was there and it was fantastic, in my opinion. Like, wrestling wise, they put on a good show. I get the Seth, like, I love the Seth and Punk thing. Like, that makes sense. Love that happened. But why is Penta coming out? Why is Sami Zayn coming out? It's like they're trying to get this like shock factor, and it's like it took away from the match. I love that Cena tackled the ref. That was hilarious. That was so funny.
It's good.
But Rococo's right. Keep it inner circle with like those four that you named. yes, that makes a lot of sense because they all feud within each other and it makes sense. And Cena's like him and Seth are in the ring, and Seth is like, "This has nothing to do with you," and he says, "This has everything to do with me as long as I am champ." And I agree with that. And so like, but the Penta and the Sami Zayn, like, and then Cena's out there getting beat up, and he just Penta just here we go,
In the little
walking
walk.
down, doing his little spider crawl
Hey.
down. You know what I'm saying? And that was good for a meme, but I was confused. I was like, what? And I'm thinking, how does this make sense? John Cena's a heel, and people are coming to his aid. Is he a heel or is he a face? Because you have two faces coming to his aid. And I know you may say that it's all in the name of like defeating Seth and them. Sure. But they're still coming to John Cena's aid. Which one is he going to be? And I will say, I love the little storytelling where he's having these moments where he's thinking, should I go back? Was this a mistake? He put the belt down. He was about to hit Punk. He put it down. They shook hands. That was a real moment. You know, they hugged. And then he, looked in the camera. That Green Goblin mask was staring at him from the corner. And he went for it. I will say, this is one of those moments where WWE's getting it right. John Cena kept it. And Punk interfered. Punk interfered. Seth interfered with Punk. Therefore, you're setting something up with Punk and Seth. But then this will start a whole nother rant that I have now. What's up with the LA Knight? Like, we just saw this. This is another thing that's like, this doesn't make sense. This interaction. Now, I thought it was hilarious on Raw how LA Knight's just standing right behind him eating popcorn. They fight in the concourse. But it still is like, you're building this up with Punk. LA Knight's going out on that Saturday night main event. How does this even connect? This doesn't. I don't know. But overall, to answer your question, Cena, Punk, loved it. Hated all the interfering. They should just have those two dudes just go at it.
Overall, as a match, from the very beginning, they have a really, really slow match pace. John Cena and CM Punk. Is it my style? No, but I can appreciate it, especially whenever you hit that 10-minute mark, that 15-minute mark, and they're still able to go. I was impressed by John. Truthfully, I was. The good back and forth from beginning to end. I don't like how they'll gas themselves up not to do it. So, for example, in the build, CM Punk was like, hey, I've seen that you can do whatever to win the championship. Guess what? I can do that too. And we saw nothing like that from CM Punk. We didn't see any significant cheating. We didn't see him try to stretch the rules at all. And in my perfect world, that's what that match would have been. Them trying to one up each other until somebody got caught with the finish. Could you stop Seth Rollins come in? Yes, but it would be just him. He'd stop, he'd leave. Simple as that. And then you have that awkward dynamic of John Cena being like, I could have done it without you, Seth. And Seth Rollins being like, it's not even about you, but it is. Like, that dynamic, and plus the storytelling between John Cena and CM Punk was amazing. Like, there's so much more they could dig within those three, but Seth Rollins is everywhere, It has to be with everybody. That's
Yeah, it's like, what are you going to do with him? He's got to have his hands in all this stuff.
Yep. Yeah, I agree though. I thought the match, just like the ring work was great, just from John and CM Punk. And yeah, I think you know, this is like a dream match for a lot of people to see on this retirement run. I think they could have just left a lot of this just up to them, and it still would have been probably even a better match than what we were given with that finish and stuff. But I agree for sure. It was a little hectic there at the end, and yeah, my biggest problem as well is just like, bro, Sami Zayn, why is he here, bro? Why is he here? That got me a little pissed off when I saw that. But
It made no sense.
it really did,
Saudi
bro.
pop.
Because they don't know what to do with him, bro. They have no idea what to do with Sami Zayn. Just release him at this point.
And what's crazy
Or
too
turn
is
him
that
heel, turn him heel, turn him heel.
he came out.
I'm about to tweet.
He had a match.
Yeah.
And he still came out. Like, I get Penta didn't have a match. And so it's like, go be seen, get a level pop. This dude just when he gets crossed, bro.
Yeah.
Still came out.
Yeah, is what it is. Well, we got to talk about a crazy upset. I really didn't think that Solo was going to get the dub over Jacob, but he did. He got the title. So, do y'all think that, this is too soon for Solo, kind of getting back into the spotlight a little bit, getting a little bit more attention? Y'all think this is too soon for him, or what do y'all think about this title change?
I love it. Now, we did WrestleMania. We talked about how the person that would hold the belt longest out of Jacob and Dom, we picked Dom. So that's one for the pod.
It's true.
Okay. But I will say, Solo's got his stride right now. He really does. With his promos, his personality is shining. I know Rococo, I can see it on his face. He disagrees.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
No,
Keep
you
going.
made him
Keep
smile,
it
bro.
good.
He loved that.
I just love this Solo character right now. It's way better than Enforcer, like quiet. And then he's like talking about how like I told Jimmy to come back, I gave him a chance. You know, they're setting up for a deeper story. They're gonna go at it at SummerSlam. They got to. This will be super interesting. I'm shocked no one came to help Jacob. Maybe he gets on the good graces of the Usos. Maybe this sets up, I don't know what the possibilities are when you have a bloodline that runs that deep. But,
Maybe even Thanos popping over to help him.
yep. The GOAT's back. You know what I'm saying? So I will say, I thought he almost botched that move with Jacob in the corner. Did anyone else think that? This dude's been gone for so long, hopefully in the developmental league, you know what I'm saying? Getting better at making moves. This dude was botching like under like low blows. And he gets that corner, and I was like, is he about to botch? This dude's been gone for 6 months. He's about to botch this. And I think he still kind of may have, but I don't hate this. I was shocked that it happened, but I'm
Yeah.
for it.
That's what I'm
I'm
saying.
totally for Solo having the belt. 100%.
I agree.
Let him have it.
You
You know
let,
what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
let him
Let's
have
go.
it, bro.
I'm teetering. I really am. Whenever it happened, I was like, this is interesting. This is cool. I got a problem with how it happened though. Because with the bloodline, we're thinking back to prime bloodline days. Anytime somebody got introduced, they had time to build. We had time to understand them before the next person was. And then on top of that, there were dynamics between everybody within the bloodline to get that person introduced. JC Mateo hasn't done anything. He's been here, he's interfered a little bit, he's had a few matches. Do we know what he sounds like? Has he said more than 4 sentences yet? Not really. We need more from him to understand who he is. We have Hikuleo come in, we don't know who he is either. And all this is it's building to us not caring about the match. It's instead of us having one side versus one side, we're gonna care a whole lot about Jacob Fatu's side and only care about Solo Sikoa. And that's not gonna work out. It's gonna make like of course you want, oh yeah, boo the heels. It's different if nobody cheers, if nobody makes noise towards the heels at all, because we don't know them as characters. So I'm okay with Solo having it because you're right. Solo's found his flow. He's a troll now. People are enjoying it. People are loving it to boom and all that. But everybody else a part of that faction has fallen significantly behind, and they need some way to get up there before SummerSlam. But of course, that's not gonna happen.
There's no time. No
Yeah.
time to do it before SummerSlam.
It's in like a
I agree
month.
with you, but I will say, the new guy they brought in, I forgot it. What's his name again, Rococo?
Hikuleo.
Dude's 7 foot tall. He's huge. There's no one in the bloodline. They need to make him be like a true enforcer. Like, put this dude through a table each and every week. He has the size. He's a giant. Do not make him like appear weak. He can't. He can't go get squashed by Jacob. Bring this dude in to like be someone who's like squashing him if that's the way you're going to run this. But I'm Team Solo. I mean, I love Jacob. I don't know. What's next for Jacob?
I don't know,
That's a
but
good vibe.
I think he'll be fine, bro. Like he's good. He lost, but he's on to better. He's on to bigger things.
It's not though. It's going to be this.
Oh, he's stuck.
Bro.
He's stuck.
That man is locked in.
that's where I'm getting at. Like, he's going to be locked in this storyline for a long time, and it's like, what?
Survivor Series at most
At
with a
least,
payoff.
bro,
Like,
November. I mean, there's nowhere else for him to go, in my opinion. Like with this,
we need
but
that
that's
drive.
Yeah.
for real.
Yeah, he might
You
be
do.
cooked, bro.
They're not splitting up the
The instant
bloodline.
switch. Nate, you gotta stand on it, my guy. Where does
I
he go
don't
for your
know.
bigger, better things? Nah, he's cooked.
Nah, y'all changed my mind, bro. He's cooked. He's stuck, bro. We're gonna have to watch this. This is what it is.
Yeah.
Bet. Well, now it's time for a fun segment. Time for a little break. So, here's today's burning question. If you could rebook one match, what would it be?
That's one.
I don't know if
That's
that.
like
I
for
guess that's all
everybody.
time.
Time, yeah. You can do
All
all
time,
time.
yeah.
You could do
Dang.
this match. This man change the outcome of something.
I've already got mine.
What's yours?
Mine is WrestleMania 40. Roman doesn't lose. He retains.
Wow.
And
Wow.
Cody never becomes champion. I'm being so for real. Rokoko down there shaking his head. Cody Rhodes lover.
Whoa. Let's not do that. I'll get on Cody. I'll let him have it. Nah. But that's interesting.
This is okay. I will say there's two that come to my mind off the bat. Okay. If I could rebook any match ever, Taker does not lose his streak. Especially to Brock Lesnar. Like that, no way. Both of mine actually involve Brock Lesnar. Because my next one is when Brock Lesnar squashed John Cena and won the belt after he won. I can't remember what WrestleMania that was. But it's something very similar happened to Cody Rhodes. But the stakes were more. The whole Brock Lesnar career, to me, I'm going on a rabbit trail. You're talking about the most overpowered dude in the world when it came to wrestling. Breaking the Undertaker streak, it should have been Bray Wyatt. He's who should have broke the streak, in my opinion. But Brock Lesnar did it. And the Undertaker's gone on saying that he wished Brock Lesnar never would have done it. But yeah, to me, off the top of my head, I mean, it's got to be the streak to Brock. It wasn't right.
It's valid.
It wasn't right.
All right,
That's
Rokoko.
rough. Because I'm in one of those boats that I believe the right decision was made. Maybe not like between. Okay. Let me cook for a second. So if we're talking about like moments in WWE, like true moments that shocked us, that left us speechless, the streak breaking is at the top.
Yeah.
If we're talking pure emotion, the 1, 2, 3, I still get chills to this day watching that footage of how quiet the crowd got. That feeling of, are we alive? Was this real? Was this a mistake?
Yeah.
Building up 30 years, 20 years, all the years, just for that, and for it to pay off the way that it did, I feel like it's worth it. It really is.
But to Brock
they missed-
Lesnar,
And that's a different conversation. Now, was it the right person for the time? Yes, all time, definitely not. For the time, if you want to book somebody as the guy, you gotta have him beat the guy, you know? And taking away the streak made Brock Lesnar seem impossible to beat. But now, where are we now? We don't know where. Can we even talk about him? I don't know. This might get censored by WWE.
He might be in court, bro.
So, I don't know. And if I could do one, I know it was all time. So,
what would you do for Clash of Champions or Night of Champions?
I'd have Randy Orton win.
Yeah. To me, if it was a Night of Champions, I would. I think I would rebook the qualifiers for the men's.
Interesting.
But I mean, just because you have it's just the same. I'm just repeating myself over and over again. You know, it's like Randy and Cody already done the Cena dance. Like, here we go. If I can
So let's
rebook anything again, just quick plug. Jey Uso's never a champion. Oh, I mean, not like the world heavyweight one. But back to what I'm saying, I wish it would have been something new for Cena, like to have something new at SummerSlam. But I get it. SummerSlam's like it's your marquee event of the summer. You want all eyes on it. Cody Rhodes, John Cena, that's it.
I want to expand on your idea a little bit. So that fatal four way that Cody Rhodes is in, let's say we take him out.
Mm-hmm.
Do you put the new winner within like that fatal four way, or do you choose Randy Orton as your guy next, Sami Zayn? What are you feeling?
So I need to be reminded of who was in that fatal four way. So it was Cody. Cody went against Jay. And then you had Randy and Sammy. Those were the four finalists. I know so it was LA Knight, Randy Orton was one. Who else were they in there? Penta, was he in that one?
No.
Are you looking it
Let
up?
me- yeah, I'm trying my best. I'm like,
Are we going to get Roman and Cena one last time? I
Surely.
want that.
that was slap. That was hit so hard.
Surely, bro.
So, like, could you imagine? Dude, Roman is huge in the Saudi crowd. So, what if Roman won King of the Ring? Like, you had him coming against. Could you imagine Roman and Cody Rhodes, the King of the Ring finalist in Saudi? Winner goes to SummerSlam to face John Cena. You're talking about, woo, here we go. Like, the stakes on the line. But it's like they're just save Roman for who knows what. They don't even know. Where's Roman? Filming a movie?
Yeah, Kuma.
Yeah, something like
I,
that.
I definitely like your answer because other people within that fatal four were Damian Priest, Andrade, and Shinsuke Nakamura.
No chance. No. So Cody was the right one of those four.
Yeah.
I think the other one had Penta, LA Knight, Randy Orton, and I can't remember the fourth person in that match.
So the
Was it
SmackDown
Dirty
one had
Dom?
the SmackDown one had Randy Orton, LA Knight, Aleister Black, and Carmelo Hayes.
Okay. So yeah, LA Knight or Randy of those two, so. But I wouldn't have hated LA Knight winning.
That's what I'm saying. No love for LA Knight, bro. Coca's a hater of him.
I'm not. He's
Yeah.
rubbing shoulders with main event stars all the time.
He needs the belt,
But
bro.
not that
He
champion.
needs
but
big
he's
gold.
not-
He needs big gold.
He's in a rough position.
That's what I'm saying.
He's big, but just not big enough.
Bet.
Sorry.
Well, let's talk
I would say
about.
that he's big enough, but I get what you're saying though.
Bet. Let's talk about the women mid-card champions. So, what are y'all's thoughts on everything that's been happening there?
Well, you have. What'd you say? What'd you say?
Throw him away. Throw him away.
For
Awesome.
real, bro. I mean, there's only one interesting, and it's Becky. Becky and Lyra and Bailey. I hate to say it, but it's interesting.
It's true.
You have Julia just beated. You have Julia who just beat Zelina Vega. No pop Zelina. I promise you. Her theme song is the SmackDown theme song. I promise.
Bro says
it
that
is.
every single time it comes on. He's always
I
texting about
promise you it is. Like we gotta like fact check this. They sound so similar. But what's Julia gonna do with this? What? Throw it away. Give it to Jade Cargill. You have a storyline. I'm telling you, let me cook on that. You have one that is really entertaining and the other one that like people forget's a real thing. And they messed up from the beginning by giving it to Chelsea Green. I'm sorry, Nate. I'm sorry you may think that personal.
Wait a minute.
But they were off on the
Bro,
wrong foot with
The
Chelsea
Secret
Green
Service
having
was
that belt.
fire for the first few weeks, bro. You can't tell me that it wasn't. That was hilarious at first. This got old really fast, but I thought Chelsea Green was gonna take it further.
That's a hot take.
I think the real problem was
not
Chelsea
over.
dropping it to Zelina for no reason.
On a
Instead of
random SmackDown.
facts, instead of to an actual worthy opponent at a PLE, building up some hype and tension around the belt that would propel it towards, being more relevant in the actual, mid card scene. That's the problem is nobody cares because all these stories are dumb because you've got Chelsea Green losing for no reason on a random Raw. It's on a random Monday when not as many people are watching or care. It's just the facts.
I will say, the IC. Who were they cooking? And I want to break down that storyline a little bit more, but I'll let Rococo say his initial after the throw it away comment. I know he's got more. Unless that's it.
Nah, real talk. I've never seen the point in the mid card championships because because now the champions just happened. I think there are 12 championships in all of WWE. 12. That's a lot. If we were legitimately going to do a night of champions, it would have to be a 2-night thing.
Are you talking about currently there's 12?
Yeah,
with
currently there's 12.
NXT and everything else.
I was counting main roster.
Okay, main roster.
The count's close enough. 10, 12.
Okay.
It's a significant amount.
Okay, yeah.
And with that, you need to showcase storylines and stuff like that. Lyra Valkyria getting the Intercontinental Championship. I rock with her. Becky Lynch getting it next. That's great. That belt is still building, legit. Because it's been given time to, you've made legitimate superstars, legitimate storylines from it. So I'm okay. At this point, before the Becky Lyra, that belt was dead. It legit was dead. And now
I couldn't even tell you who had it before.
United States Championship, it was Lyra and then Becky. So it was
Lyra,
short.
okay.
Only Lyra had it. Yeah, she's the inaugural.
Okay, gotcha.
United States Championship. You gave it to Chelsea Green, which, like, as a person, I love Chelsea Green having it. She's entertaining, all the stuff. Secret Service, you can have your opinions on it. Going to Zelina Vega, which a lot of people thought, hey, you know what? They're doing the AAA thing. They gave it to Zelina Vega so she can get showcased.
That's what
No,
I thought,
she got ratioed by Stephanie Vaquer and moved on. People did not care. And she got no stories and lost it to Julia, somebody who has not been showcased. I get she had matches on Raw, but she was this new NXT call-up. Look at her go. Once again, have we heard 4 sentences from you? No, we haven't. Like, I need more. They don't care about these championships. Legit, you can have people have matches upon matches with no championship, then have them go for that huge title and then lose and chill. It happens. But having these mid-card belts keeps the mid-card people never reaching those higher things, and the higher people never going down unless they absolutely need it. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
Cook.
Yeah.
Cook. Bet. Well, we also got to talk about the most important question I think that we talk about on a pretty much weekly basis now, but who is El Grande Americano? Because he still hasn't been unmasked. Who is he?
I thought Chad Gable was hurt. Here he is.
But he's out there.
Oh no.
He got a growth spurt. It's
yeah, he
ridiculous.
got a little taller.
Yeah,
Looked like he got a little taller.
Oh,
These workout programs, WWE got something special.
For real.
So I'm
I don't
lost.
know who he is. I'm lost too. I don't get it.
And the fact, like the
confusing.
fact that growth spurt happened, he could literally be anybody. I could have the mask under my bed right now, y'all wouldn't even know. So the height changes. Like, where's the limit?
Yeah, truly.
Could we see 2 of them? Could we see 3? Can he clone himself? Like, bruh, we're talking about letting Triple H cook. This is the storyline we gotta let him cook with.
For real.
I'm interested.
Nah, for real.
Are you genuine? Are you like seriously interested or like?
All things considered, yes. Because at any point they could have been like, aha. At Money in the Bank, they could have been like, oh, unmask, push him off the ladder. Oh, yeah. All that stuff.
Mhm.
But they haven't yet. They've
Yeah.
continued with this thing. The fact that I know, like, El Grande and Chad Gable have similar styles, but they're so similar, it's slightly concerning. And for them to get double booked, like having somebody, thinking that it's Chad Gable, having somebody wrestle 2 times in a day, or however much you wrestled in, that's a lot on the body. That's a significant amount. And if they didn't care about El Grande Americano, they wouldn't have even let that thought enter our heads as fans. If you get what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's a little stop start but it has to go somewhere. Because we hit WrestleMania, I thought, okay, it's over. And then it's been pay-per-view after pay-per-view, week after week, and it hasn't stopped yet.
Yeah, it's one of those things where it's like, what are they like? The character, like, what are you gonna do with O'Brien? I get like Chad Gable like doing it, if that's just who I assume it was to begin with,
Who it was.
going after like the greatest luchador type thing. I get that. But now it's like, what's the end game with this? And a lot of people speculate that it's Ludwig.
That's
If
what I
so,
think.
you're kind of wasting Ludwig right now, to be honest. But
Mm,
we're not the writers, we're not the bookers.
you can't waste Ludwig if he's not used. You know what I mean?
True.
They have not been using him at all. When's the last time he had a match on a Raw? I can't even tell you.
Pre-WrestleMania. He had that
Has
story
it
of
really
who
been
was he
that
gonna
long?
face. I'm like 97% sure because he was like,
Pre-WrestleMania.
yo, Adam, who am I gonna face WrestleMania? And that was a story for a little bit. It was like 2 weeks, and then faded away.
Dropped off the planet, bro.
That's nuts. Pre-WrestleMania.
And sometimes
Wow.
people do need just a fun story to do.
Yeah.
So something that we're gonna talk about later is about a certain member who's in a group now. Everybody's wondering like, hey, when he's gonna get this push? He's having fun. He's having fun getting paid, putting up matches. So if Ludwig's in that same category, if he's having fun, putting up matches, getting reactions, let him do what he wants. And we'll just see if it's El Grande.
I like that. That's good. Well, bet. Let's talk about the Judgment Day. Everybody now has gold in the crew because JD and Finn got the dub, got the tag team titles on yesterday, last night on Monday Night Raw. So everybody's got gold now. What does this mean? Because before it kind of looked like the Judgment Day was about to break up, and Finn turning was gonna be the initial reaction. But what does this mean now that he's a tag team champion with JD and all that? What's this mean?
Initially I was hoping that you'd see kind of him break away and go back to Demon. They teased it, I feel like. Unless I'm just like completely making that up. I feel like it was teased a ton. And now it's like he's stuck in that tag belt now. And I really do. It's unfortunate because he is a great, great solo competitor.
Yep.
But I don't know. I mean, there's just so much going on currently right now with everything. And so I get like it's easy for the stories, it's easy for him not to get lost in the shuffle if he's attached to a tag belt. He's a champion, he's on TV, he's defending them. I get that, but still at the end of the day, I wish there was like let him be a single guy, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But you can just sit and wish,
If we're gonna break down people, Finn was who I was talking about before. The guy who comes in, has good matches, has fun, and clocks out. And thing is, the fans will always be behind Finn. It's been 8 years now since the shoulder injury, since he was the first champion and then had to give it up. And people are still pushing for Finn. So Finn is in a fantastic situation. Overall, having the Judgment Day have all the titles, though, I feel like WWE is going back into their safe space. And like not a safe space as in like, oh man, I'm comfortable. It's safe. Well, yes, that's exactly what it is. They're not trying anymore. They had the New Day story, which they folded once again, short-sighted. But they give it back to the New Day. No, they give it back to the Judgment Day. They're just gonna hold it again. Because remember, before New Day, before Viking Raiders, that reign before, people call that the Reign of Terror. Because they held onto the titles, did nothing with it, faced nobody. It's just gonna be that exact same thing again. But a familiar faces that we're already used to seeing holding the titles. We look at the women's tag belts. They made a fantastic pivot. They have. But even still, I feel like that was the end goal. And because Liv was already doing her own single stuff and leaving Raquel behind. So it was just a matter of time before Roxanne got it by proxy. Now, is it by injury? Of course, and we never want that to happen. But that was the end goal. So I feel like it's too safe to have Judgment Day hold everything, especially when we don't view them as legit viable champions yet.
Yeah. 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 I mean, honestly, like, I don't really consider them legit champions, to be honest. I think it's just like fun in this moment, but like eventually, like, you're going to lose it. You're not serious. I take them more serious than I do New Day. Just to be real, I did not like New Day's title reign at all. But
It's boring.
it was. I mean, they weren't written correctly. Is that their fault? No, but you can only do what you're given, what your bosses tell you to do, and get out there and just do the best you can. They lost it when they went heel. They truly did.
Yeah,
So,
with no Biggie, it's a
I
shame.
mean, the dude broke his neck. He ain't coming back. We just need to like give that up.
Yeah, I guess so.
I mean,
It
it'd
is
be
what
Always
it
makes
cool.
me
is.
wonder. We all said three different things. Always makes you wonder, like, how far and how do they book storylines?
Yeah.
Because even having a 2 months foresight with every story, I generally feel like that's easy to an extent. And to have like fallback plans, if somebody gets hurt, we have this plan just in case. Or if this thing happens, we have this just in case. Like you got to have things to fall back on. But booking everything 2 weeks, 3 weeks, or a month of fulfilling spicy, and that being it, you're asking for trouble. For trouble and problems. I combine the words.
Problems.
But you're asking for both of them.
Matt, any other thoughts on that?
Thoughts.
Bet.
Live, get well.
But yeah. Oh, I do have a thought on this, bro. I think that if you're like a young female superstar, I think your ticket to the top is Dominic Mysterio, bro. I'm not gonna lie. This guy, he's putting all of them over, bro. I think this is fire because you know what's about to happen, bro. Liv Morgan's gone. So you just lost Dom. He's finna go with Roxanne. He's gonna build her up while also just being, the dirty dog that he is. I think this is fire what they're doing, bro. Dom is actually the method right now. Um, but yeah, so we'll see what happens with that for sure.
When do y'all
But
see Liv Morgan returning? And like how? Do y'all have an idea?
I mean, she's out for a while. Like
Like
she's
1 to 2
legitimately
months.
hurt.
It'll be
I
significant.
heard it was like 12 weeks.
yeah,
Like it was something long like that.
I hope she returns to Dom, like, like doing something with Roxanne, and then that sets up a feud for them. That'd be fire. And then we get 3 matches, just like the Liv versus Rhea series. And then I can listen to Melvin
Okay,
complain
Rhea.
about it, and I'll enjoy all three. And then
Word. Okay.
but yeah. Any other thoughts on any of that?
My other thought, and this is kind of off topic. You mentioned her name, so maybe think of her, Rhea. Does Rhea win at SummerSlam? Does she already defeat? Is it at SummerSlam or is it Evolution?
It's that evolution.
I mean, EO, she's just boring. I think. I mean, what is she doing, bro?
She's got her emote, bro.
Nothing at the moment.
She's got the
But
emote.
I'll let you cook, and then I'll
Rococo, hit the emote.
on what you're saying.
Hit the emote.
She's
So
not
what?
doing anything. She gets no pop on the mic at all. What did you not watch this past weekend? Where was it?
I did. I saw it.
Raw or SmackDown? There is quiet. When you talk about global superstars, you saw when you go overseas, you see who's a global star and who's not. And EO is not. She just isn't. And I get like Japan and all that, like New Japan stuff. That is a massive role in wrestling. And I get that she's popular in that. Rhea is she's just a dominant champ. But then I fall into same thing again. It's almost like the female version of Cody Rhodes. But it's like I'm more want Rhea to be champ than I want Cody to be champ, even though like she's kind of fallen into that category where Rhea is not putting anybody over. But if she's not a champion, what do you do with Rhea? don't have Raquel. I mean, she's an entertaining champion to me. But Io's not, bro. I just can't vibe Io as a champion. I just really can't.
So here we go. If EO went out of nowhere pre WrestleMania, caught everybody off guard, but we were interested. They put up a banger triple threat match, and then I think it was the next month to 2 months, EO was showcased consistently on Monday Night Raw. If it was facing Stephanie Baker and that tag stuff with Julia, she was consistently on Raw, and that's why I feel like she was at her peak. Everybody was calling her, Io Sky, one of the best in ring workers women we've seen ever. She's amazing. She's consistent. We love her. Then they stopped booking her. She fell victim to stale booking. So the fact that she stopped getting showcased, hasn't had a match 80 something days, 60 something days. It's been more than a month or two that's been televised. She's just fallen off.
And she's your champion.
That's hard.
Think
So
about that.
once again, throw away those mid card titles. Hey, you could have room, but so it's a tough thing. Rhea has never beaten Io Sky. That's something that they've said leading up to the WrestleMania build. And could this be the time? I don't know.
Is it
And
too
then what happens at
soon?
SummerSlam?
Exactly. Yeah.
That's
I'm
that's
there
the
with
thing
you.
that I'm feeling. That's the thing. That's where I'm stuck. Is Bianca's finger good? Is Bianca good enough to come back and to reignite that? Because she did get injured at WrestleMania, so that could be the Rhea versus Bianca Belair. And with the way WWE's been booking things lately, that could be what's happening because they don't like long-term storytelling anymore.
They don't.
So officially, that's my bid.
They don't like it anymore, which is why you'll never see a champion. That's why these champs are going 70 days. That's why they're moving so much because of that. They do not like long-term storybook. And the last one they will ever do it with was Roman Reigns. They're not going to do it anymore. They're just not.
Yep. No, I agree for sure. Well, Bet, one last question before we wrap this up. Who is a mid-carder that you want to see pushed this summer?
I looked through the whole roster, and legit, everybody is, I believe, where they should be. But El Grande Americano.
Yes.
Yep.
Looking at everybody, legit going, like, if you go through the WWE page, everyone I feel like is where they should be. And there's not enough people legit on the roster. So if we do the brand split, you could have more. But everyone is chilling. And if I could say like Andrade, but that's unrealistic. I feel like El Grande could at least hit a mid card title. World, the world is on lock for at least another 6 months. Either one.
Yeah. It is crazy. Andrade is good, but he just won't be. For mine, I want to say Austin Theory. Austin Theory, I'd like for him to get a push. Ben's kind of fallen into that mid card. He has, and I'd like to see him get pushed back up too. But who knows? I'm just tired of the Grayson Waller and Theory thing.
Yeah.
How long is this going to last?
I don't know how long it's been. It feels like a year plus.
Oh no, for sure. Almost 2 years, I feel like. For me, I gotta go Karrion Kross. Just keep pushing that man, bro. Oh, look at Rococo making faces, bro. What you gotta say, bro?
Yeah, what you
gotta say on Karrion Kross, bro?
Y'all got it. Because realistically, everything is fine. We'll see. We'll just see if you still rock with him. Because what happened at Clash of the Castle? Clash of the Castle, I'm just naming things now. Night of Champions. Sami Zayn won. Karrion Kross lost. Which is what I wanted to happen. So we're just in a waiting period. All I'm saying is just keep the same energy.
I got the same energy, bro.
If you do, in 6 months, I'll cheer him with you. But until then, you're not getting.
Here's my question: what makes you not a believer of Karrion Kross? This dude's mega over right now. Like
He is.
it is kind of random. I will agree with you on that. But like what makes you not a like believer of him, or like why don't you want to see him pushed?
I feel like I don't know him as a person yet.
Okay.
I get that he's somebody who plays off of the person that he's going against
Mm-hmm.
a whole lot. And if I spend all my time copying your game plan, all I'm doing is just copying.
Yeah.
All I'm doing is just implementing, but I don't have a voice of my own. I get the interest is different. I get that he has Scarlet. I need more. I need a story where the other person is in the focus to where he truly is and how his mind works and stuff like that. Once he gets that, once we understand his complete psyche, of course he plays the mind games. Once we get that, then I could not be a certified hater.
So,
Yep. Only time will tell. I
but
bet.
I think he's about to get a push. I want to say this real quick though. I also want to see Sami Zayn get a push. Hate's face right now, bro. I set it for the reaction.
All right, bro. For sure. You know what? I'd actually like to see Bailey. I'd like to see Bailey get a push this summer. I'd like to see her get that women's championship back.
Yes, he's coming around.
I'm a Bailey lover now. Just kidding. I would never say that. But, you know, Batman himself could not get that out of me to say that I love Bailey on a real note. But bet.
Hey, you just need to buckle up because Sami Zayn will get pushed. He will win the Royal Rumble next year. It's literally in Saudi Arabia.
Oh, man.
He is winning the Royal Rumble.
Well, hopefully he's heel at that point because that would make it more interesting. But he won't be.
Definitely not.
He won't be, though.
So I've said this. My favorite Sami Zayn character was Pandemic Sami Zayn. He was a
conspiracy
heel.
theorist.
Yes, I loved it. It was so entertaining. It was fun. It was so much fun.
Did he bring up AEW in that one
He did,
promo?
bro. He's literally name dropped AEW, and they're like, "Yeah, don't do that ever again." So
Wrestlers are being asked like who their favorite wrestler was, or like who their greatest of all time was, and of course you get like basic answers. Lara Valkyria said Sami Zayn as the greatest of all time, and real talk, I would have the same reaction Nate did. And I'm not saying Sami Zayn is on my Mount Rushmore. I ain't doing that. But what I am saying is Sami Zayn has great in-ring storytelling. And whenever he's the underdog, you saw it at Clash. Oh, if I say Clash of Gasoline, take me out the pod.
You're fired, bro.
At a champion. Like, he gets beat up really well. And then he fights back up and makes you believe just as well. It's magic watching that happen.
Yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up for this pod. Man, thank you guys for watching and listening as always. Just remember that if you're watching on YouTube, hit that subscribe button.
Yep.
Give the video a like. Leave us a comment down below. If you're listening on Spotify, leave us a comment. Rate the podcast. If you can, give us 5 stars. That'll help us grow. But until the next time, this is the Midcard Mafia signing out. We'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.
Peace.